of overs for Muscat. Shaggers, it's your favourite. 3.10, a half point longer. Sun Yat-sen.
And we've got 5 to move up now. 3 lengths to Muscat back on the inside. Outside it as they come to the turners. God's Hand followed by All Silent. Cousin Wyland Fanketto was struggling at the rear of the field. It's Element on top as they make the bend. Leads by about a half a length on Sun Yat-sen, and Shaggers coming up 3 wide. Ledgers back on the inside and then came down the outside. Sir James from Danewin Lodge, and Muscat is trying to come through the field. He's changing course around heels. It's Element in front. Ledgers run up on the inside to second. Shaggers is struggling. Here's All Silent coming out of the pack. It's going after Element. Element's in front. Here comes All Silent on the outside. Element is digging deep for Hugh Bowman. All Silent lunges on the outside and won the money. All Silent makes it 2 out of 2. Got Element right on the post. Muscat third and then Cousin Wall. And then we've got Danewin Lodge, Fanketto, God's Hand.
We've never had equine influenza before. Just to give you an example, if it goes for a month, it'll cost us $1 billion in turnover in betting. That's in New South Wales alone. So the longer it goes, the more costly it is, and it'll have a devastating effect on the thoroughbred racing industry nationally.
Only be described as the bleakest day in thoroughbred racing. Closed down, locked down after the breakout of equine influenza.
Well, New South Wales racing is on its knees tonight after the Sydney Spring Carnival was cancelled.
It is the darkest day of the industry in New South Wales, no doubt about that whatsoever.
We're just 10 minutes away, looking forward to it. It's the real highlight here at Caulfield this afternoon. Last year it was El Segundo beating Casual Pass.
But it's probably one of the better Memsey stakes that we've seen for some years. So he won it today for what reason? Look, he's
racing. Blue Tigeroo bounced quickly, Chinquay Chedaroo, and the last two are El Segundo, and on the inside of it, Efficient. They've gone to the 800-metre mark and they slow up. It's Chinquay Chedo a neck in front of Arada Sun. Ladder the Manor is out 3 wide out third. Fourth is Zupa 1. They're followed by Tip Palm Woody. Then came Miss Finland running 6th. Mecanero from Maybe Better, further back Activation. Blue Tigeroo followed by Falstaff, El Segundo, and Efficient is last of all, coming around the bend. And it's Chinquay Chedo from Arada Sun. Super 1 back on the inside, further out Ladder the Manor. Miss Finland coming down the centre from Tip Palm Woody. Arada Sun has got to the front of the 300 from Chinquay Chedo. Super 1 the rail. Miss Finland out wider from Tip Palm Woody. Arada Sun in front. Miss Finland is starting to level up, and El Segundo flying. The mighty man, Miss Finland takes the lead. Miss Finland, what an effort. A half-length Arada Sun. Third home, Tickpan Woody, and fourth on the outside, El Segundo. Then further back was Nicanero, a gap in the race into Chinquay Chedo. Behind those, Maybe Better ran on, followed by Zupa 1, Blue Tigeroo. Ladder the Matter Efficient. Well back fell.
This day last year, Miss Finland beat Arada Sun in the McNeil Stakes. On the first day of spring 2007, Miss Finland proves she is one of the stars of Australian racing, beating...
I thought she was pretty dominant today.
No doubt about that. Cox.
She's superstar.
Well, that sums it up, I think. Superstar.
That's starting to hear.
I think superstar.
That's starting to hear David Hay starting to talk her up in dulcifying, better loosen up terms, where you're starting to really get the accolades that she's probably always deserved. I remember when we were
Shane Harada Sun, what'd you make of him?
Oh, there was a terrific run again. I mean, I
quickly threw them, El Segundo.
Oh, now this is fabulous. Now I reckon everything this year, if you're, I don't know what tickled pink means, but if you're in the El Segundo camp, that's what you'll be feeling at the moment, because Colin's been saying to us all along, he's just a little behind, and I reckon that's terrific. I reckon this year, Cox Plate Day, he will be at his absolute peak.
Over the 1600, let's have a look at Super Tab betting. El Segundo 230 and Harada Sun 230. Okay, punters really evenly divided between.
He's at the 2.9 now on course, Harada Sun. He's equal favourite at the tote with El Segundo at 2.3. El Segundo's activation situation, Shane, it's going to perhaps change the tempo of the race, because you would...
From Efficient and Maple side, Activation putting on a good gallop, 2.5 in front. Chinquay Chedo is second, 3 Tickpan Woody running third. Falstaff fourth, 2 then Arada Sun fifth. Right behind him on his tail is El Segundo. Then Efficient, further back Maybe Better. They've got a lot of ground to make up, these horses. 600 to go. Activation full ball by 3. Chinquay Chedo is sitting on his back. 4 lengths further back, Tikpan Woody. Here's Harada Sun and El Segundo. They're winding up together. Out in the centre of the track now from Falstaff. But Jinkway Cheno's gone up to activation on the turn. 5 lengths further back, Tikpan Woody. El Segundo on the outside of Harada Sun. They've got a lot of ground to make up as Jinkway Cheno hit the front. Race 2 lengths in front, but El Segundo, Harada Sun are coming with their runs now. El Segundo, Harada Sun. They're going to get to Jinkway Cheno. El Segundo and Harada Sun. Stride for stride, Harada Sun, El Segundo. They hit it. Oh, dead heat. Couldn't separate them. El Segundo, Harada Sun. Dead heat from back, Tikpan Woody. Here's Harada Sun and El Segundo. They're winding up together. Out in the centre of the track now from Falstaff. But Jinkway Cheno's gone up to activation on the turn. 5 lengths further back, Tikpan Woody. El Segundo on the outside of Harada Sun. They've got a lot of ground to make up as Jinkway Cheno hit the front. Race 2 lengths in front, but El Segundo, Harada Sun are coming with their runs now. El Segundo, Harada Sun. They're going to get to Jinkway Cheno. El Segundo and Harada Sun. Stride for stride, Harada Sun, El Segundo, they hit it. Oh, dead heat. Couldn't separate them. El Segundo, Harada Sun. Dead heat for mine. Third home, Jinkway Cheno, and Efficient has flown home out wide. Then Tikpan Woody from Maybe for the photo.
And rightly so. Let's make the dead heat. What a great race. Are both under pressure at the 600 when Jinkway Cheno went for home as activation dropped off. They both found together, and they've got their heads in stride and on the line. I can't.
El Segundo.
3 gets it.
El Segundo.
A millimetre. El Segundo for Luke Nolan. What a race.
Oh,
fantastic.
You won't see any better than that. And thanks very much to Activation for actually making the race.
It was just terrific, Steve, wasn't it? Well, I think the connections of El Segundo would trade that photo for the one on the Cox Plate last year. Extraordinary finish, great race, very genuinely run, of course, with Activation leading through the first 1,000 metres in a minute dead, which is pretty quick.
I reckon this will be a pretty good guide to the Cox Plate, actually, because they ran it like it was a hard run race, and it's probably similar to more like a 2,000 metre race than a mile race, and I reckon that those 2 horses have levelled themselves out as proper contenders for the Cox Plate. I know that.
Felvalon's Dream at odds. Simplest a bit fractious, just about ready. A field of 11. Was 4th. 5th Shades of Stream, the inside Supreme Story. Real battle for the front at the moment. 3 lengths Rafaela, 2 to Rada, run off its legs, 12 off the lead. 4 to Inquisition last of all. Hard War pressing on the outside Sir Walter, and Weekend Hustler held the fence. They're going to straighten about 3 lengths to Simplest, watching it unfold in front. Then Shades of Julie further back, Brom Felvalon's Dream. In the straight, Weekend Hustler again got the lead. Simplest about to come from behind them. Hard War under pressure in the middle. Sir Walter drops out, then Felvalon's Dream, Brom. Rada not in the race. It's Weekend Hustler with a kick. Got 2 lengths to Simplest, who's flat out now, and Weekend Hustler sprinting away. Hey, this is a smart horse. It's opened up 5 lengths in front of Simplest, and then Rafaela. Weekend Hustler, a brilliant win. Weekend Hustler canters home about 7 lengths. Simplest second. Simplest about to come from behind them. Hard War under pressure in the middle. Sir Walter drops out. Then Felvalon's Dream, Brom. Rada not in the race. It's Weekend Hustler with a kick. Got 2 lengths to Simplest, who's flat out now. And Weekend Hustler sprinting away. Hey, this is a smart horse. It's opened up 5 lengths in front of Simplest, and then Rafaela. Weekend Hustler, a brilliant win. Weekend Hustler canters home about 7 lengths. Simplest second, a length third Rafaelo. Then came Shades, and I think we've seen a bit of a star.
No doubt about that, Brian, because they've gone within 3 100ths of the track record held by Spelling. The class record was totally smashed here. Weekend Hustler diarised in front and then said, out you go, boys, I'm too good for you, and just ran away. I'll be pleased to see it.
What sort of a horse is that? Simplest ambled up to them halfway down the straight, and you seriously would have, mortgaged your house at that stage to jump aboard Simplest. No sooner as he got there, Brad Rawiller said, let's go, boy. And Weekend Hustler went. And did he go? That is a stunning victory.
Trainers running around Sandown talking, and not just Ross McDonald, talking in glowing terms of the next Group 1 star of Australian racing, and that was it, Weekend Hustler.
Well, no surprise, fast overall time to boot, which I always love, near track record time. Gassed in the early part of the race and then just won contemptuously. Horse, I suppose we've only seen him do it the once, but it looked the real deal.
No doubt, and that's what Brad called it, the real deal.
Sir Rupert Clark Stakes, and I can tell you that it's a pretty open sort of betting race, still pretty early in the betting. And further down you can see the favourite number 9, Bonhoeffer for Wendy Kelly, going for 3 in a row here at the moment on the tote, and it's only 10 cents longer than that on course, so all the money coming for Bonhoeffer, the market mover here before the Sir Rupert Clark start.
Oasis from Animato and Divine Madonna, the mares both back at the tail, coming up with the 700 metre mark. Here the Angels from Murder Jill, Joker's Wild 3 deep, over on the inside Wonderful World is now 4th, Mono Rules back in the middle 5th, then Saspy, Dr. Nip and Tuck, Seafarer in the middle from Orange County, further back Bonhoeffer on the move, followed by Bird Dancer, Nicanero, Blarnick well back at the Oasis, followed by Undue, Okie, widest runner is Animato, back there with Divine Madonna, but here the Angels with a kick at the 300 race, 2 lengths to Murder Jill, followed by Wonderful World, further back then Monet Rules, Bird Dancer to the fence, Bonhoeffer coming down the outside, here the Angels in front of Wonderful World, Bonhoeffer flying, he's going to get up the favourite up on the fence, Wonderful World, but Bonhoeffer beats Nicanero, who flashed up second, third home Wonderful World from Murder Jill, Dr. Nippy.
I think we're going to see some great scenes here at Caulfield. Bonhoeffer 3 in a row, giving Wendy Kelly her first Group 1 victory and doing it very easily to the line. In the
bring it to a Group 1, her first Group 1 runner, let alone winner, as we want.
Reef. Wendy Kelly's with Bruce Clark.
Not yet, she's waiting up the front there. Have a look at
support from the crowd here today, very, very popular. He did it! He did it!
Well, I thought aside from that, honours with first and second, creditable effort, Murder Jill, very good Divine Madonna, conceded an impossible start home in 33.7, which was the quickest of the race, no surprise, and Flemington's really her track.
Markets that we should actually let you know about with the JRA is that Maldivian 280 out to $3, Master O'Reilly 230 out to 235. It's from Felinity. You mentioned her. She
suit Master O'Reilly. I doubt if he'll be getting as far back as he did at Flemington last outing. But he's got a long sustained run and he can continue that run. He gates are back and they're off. They've come out in a good line too. Activation began okay. Out towards the middle here. Pacino bounced quickly. Bromfelinity away well today. Further out is Maldivian coming over when they settle down. Activation. Get Bromfelinity. Sulacra then Laser Sharp. Further back Zilzi. Master O'Reilly going around Rare Poppy. He's making his ground quickly. He's 4 lengths off them. He'll be the widest runner. Further back Canal, Field Hunter. Then Tacit Agreement and Hoffmeister at the 450 and Maldivian held together. Well off the fence from Pacino. Then Activation getting up on the inside from Bromfelinity. A length further back then Laser Sharp and Master O'Reilly. They've got a lot of ground to make up because Maldivian has sprinted away. Maldivian by 4 lengths around the turn. Oh, this is his right form tonight. He's 4-5 in front of Pacino. Master O'Reilly, Bromfelinity, Field Hunter. But Maldivian's going to canter home. Maldivian, a brilliant exhibition, wins by 5 lengths to Pacino. 2 away third, Master O'Reilly, Bromfelinity fourth. Then further back, brilliant win.
Yes, easy as like there for Michael Rott on board Mel. And $10 and the $7 for the Caulfield Cup with Betstar, the son of Zabeel, the gross son of Zabeel, who backed up within 6 days and won. Pacino good.
Sort of the run you'd like to see after a horse backing up within a week, and it wasn't a gut buster, it was more like a track gallop.
Of the day here at Sandown, it features the appearance of the much hyped, and there's no lid on it here with the Weekend Hustler, Shane. The more you talk to the McDonald's, the more you get the sprue. Look at that, 110, and
the White Cup, the rider, 3 wide coming for home now. Weekend Hustler. Viatorian first for home from Morgan Dollar. Weekend Hustler, Willis allowed him to canter up on the outside. Then MJ Hussey. Further back then Raffaello. Now he starts to ask the favourite to let down. And Weekend Hustler on the outside gets its head in front of Morgan Dollar. Viatorian is starting to fight on. He had to put a couple behind the saddle on the Weekend Hustler. But look at him open up now. He is the real deal. Away he goes. This is the best part of him. The last 150. He is sprinting away. Good on you. You're a good horse, fella. Weekend Hustler by 3 or 4 to Viatorian. Morgan Dollar third. They're followed by MJ Hussey.
He's a real deal. Not as brilliant as he was last time we saw him, Shane, but job done. Took the sit today. Lengthened at the right time. Best part of his race the last little bit. He now goes to the Caulfield Guineas, and he's going to be mighty hard to beat.
Yeah, look, for almost 7 minutes 48 seconds away, race 9 from Hastings, the Kelp Capital. Number 1 Railings, who can $2. The favourite Sea Change, the Mighty Mare, $2.20. Gaze at $20, $1.62. $9.80 for Princess Coupe. Splashing out at...
Quickly set.
in the $2 million Celt Capital Stakes, and a bit of argy-bargy early. The Magic Cape, Princess Cape behind them as the Celt come to the home corner, then the Puka Ombre Rose, and far away places the Celts right on as they swing, and Sir Slick, Sea Change ambled up to him the outside, Jadane's after them, then Gaze, Portini, Gem and Mandela, Sea Change, Jadane's trying to get on terms over on the outside, she's fighting Sea Change, Jadane's after it on the outside, little between them, Jadane and Sea Change, Magic Cape's about to flash and then Gaze, Jadane and Sea Change and Princess Cape and Magic Cape, well, you tell me, a four-way finish, Jadane's after it on the outside, little between them, Jadane and Sea Change, Magic Cape's about to flash and then Gaze, Jadane and Sea Change and Princess Cape and Magic Cape, well, you tell me, a four-way finish, Princess Cape on the outside, Jadane one off, Magic Harris has given the victory salute, she's putting in massive strides the last little bit, Jadane popping the nose just in front, Sea Change fighting hard, Magic may have got it. Maybe
Magic Cape, Sea Change not even getting there in the first three, Steve.
She's probably been beaten about 8 inches, I'd say, into fourth place, and perhaps the two Magic Cape.
Jadane and Sea Change and Princess Cape and Magic Cape. Well, you tell me, a four-way finish. Princess Cape on the outside, Jadane.
Yeah, great call. You tell me. I'll tell you that horse there didn't win, Jadane. It went the way of the horse on the outside, Princess Cape for Noel Harris and Mark Walker.
Officially fourth, that's Jadane outside her, Magic Cape in the green, and extreme left, Princess Cape will come here for the Caulfield Cup. It was a blanket finish. You have to question probably the standard of this form relative to here. But
here, Caulfield Guineas comes up next week, and, well, bookies love to lay short price favourites, but I don't think this will be a good one.
The Caulfield Cup is very exciting. Maldivian is favourite, $7 into $5.
Miss Finland wasn't there and tightened in, and there's Devil Moon, Mark Kavanagh telling us this morning, that's most likely to run there, so that market will change. Runners here and...
Or hearing this, and they can ring us up and have a bet with us. But the Melbourne Cup has all been about efficient for us. It is our worst result in the spring. We're standing it for over 400,000.
Guineas. And bookmakers remain absolutely baffled by the weight of money for Weekend Hustler. It remains the raging $1.75.
To Scenic Blast 11 on the favourite 350. Please put handcuffs on, lock that 350 in Weekend Hustler. Morgan Dollar.
The official fluck at the moment is 195, but there's only two or three bookies betting that. Most of them have already been wounded and are into 180. So all the money here, Steve, is for this hot favourite, Weekend Hustler.
40 Tulloch, some 50 odd years ago, but Caroline back in 1986.
All is on the warpath. They're inside the 600 and the Guineas, and the leader, Husson Lightning from Murder Jill, and now Weekend Hustler gets to the outside. He lets him stride, and Weekend Hustler goes up to take the lead before the turn from Morgan Dollar, Murder Jill. Husson Lightning the fence. A gap then to Pillar of Hercules, Scenic Blast, then Shrewd Rhythm into the centre from Dandy Dollar. Weekend Hustler has hit the front around the turn on the Guineas. A length in front of Scenic Blast coming after him. Then further back, Murder Jill from Shrewd Rhythm. He asked him to extend, and extend he does. He has dashed away Weekend Hustler by 2 to Scenic Blast with 150 to go. Then further back marching, getting out and running home well. But a new star emerges. Weekend Hustler is brilliant in the Guineas. Weekend Hustler wins by 2 lengths to Scenic Blast. Second, third, Shrewd Rhythm. He asked him to extend, and extend he does. He has dashed away Weekend Hustler by 2 to Scenic Blast with 150 to go. Then further back marching, getting out and running home well. But a new star emerges. Weekend Hustler is brilliant in the Guineas. Weekend Hustler wins by 2 lengths to Scenic Blast. Second, third, Avcon, then Barbaric.
What's the point of cushion? He's run 136.4. That's nearly a second quicker than Divine Madonna in the Toorak. He has stamped himself as a seriously good horse, Weekend Hustler.
It's not the strongest Guineas and so forth, but that doesn't mean he's no good. I mean, he's a superstar, and overdrive probably needed to be used, but he's just got levels beyond levels, and
probably off it. This morning, confirmation comes from Timeformers that the Bible of marking horses in this country came up with a 124 rating for this horse off this win yesterday. That puts it along Lonhro's Caulfield Guineas win.
Maldivian, would you believe $7? I've taken the unders earlier in the week, Caroline. Starting to sound like Richie. Land, $1.20.
There we are, we've caught up. Yep, $1.20. Pretty amazing.
Oh, that's extraordinary. And Anna, but she bids to join some fantastic names, Caroline, doesn't she, with Lonhro.
100 out, and the sprint is on. Maldivian goes up to Ruby Set, who's under pressure, 2 lengths to Miss Finland. She's winding up to the outside from Anakov, then Anamato and Bromfelinity. Maldivian goes to the lead. Around the turn, Maldivian in front of Ruby Set. Miss Finland's about 3 lengths off them. She's got an enormous amount of ground to make up because Maldivian at the 250 metre mark sprints 3 lengths in front of Ruby Set. Then Miss Finland followed by Anamato. Maldivian still 2-3 in front. Now Miss Finland coming after. I think it'll be too late. Maldivian down on the fences holding Miss Finland at bay. And Maldivian a brilliant winner. 1 length and a quarter to Miss Finland. 2 lengths to Anamato third. A neck fourth to Maybe Better. Then Ruby.
Oh, fantastic race. We might have seen the Caulfield Cup winner in the winner. Is Miss Finland racing like a Melbourne Cup horse? I think she is. This was Weight for Age today with 59. It's reminiscent of Rogan Josh winning a Melbourne Cup after winning the McKinnon. And
I don't like saying it, but there's still more improvement in him.
That's the scary thing there, isn't it?
That and he drops to 52.5 next week.
To give Miss Finland one speed, makes his own luck and wins as dominantly as that.
Oh, certainly not, particularly stepping to the Weight for Age competition. Yes.
Also, how are they going to beat him, though? It's the best Caulfield Cup trial you would have seen. Cup Maldivian into 320 yesterday, Alan. After that, how are you shaping up here in the market?
It's very, very one-sided again.
Showing among connections of Maldivian, the red-hot favourite for tomorrow's Caulfield Cup. Trainer Mark Kavanagh voicing concerns about the barrier draw and the distance.
Aren't they, as we look through in that early period to Tobin.
Onslaught, anybody who had the 270 was knocked, and there's been plenty of money now being shoveled on at the 260. It'll probably run 260, but a very, very tight favourite, and our money.
There's no doubt she's made contact with, and she has thrashed out. There's no doubt she's made contact with Master O'Reilly. This is mayhem here. The favourite Maldivian has been released, and Amato has been released. To number 9 have all been released. So a sensation. We'll go back to the team here because Gates
has been unsaddled. This is extraordinary. The Caulfield Cup favourite, $2.40 at the jump. Michael Rod, who looked to be injured. The saddle is also off Eskimo Queen, we believe, Caroline.
He's cut himself. You can see that's where the blood's come from. That is Maldivian. That's a real sensation here because you could see...
They're both out. They're both officially out. Maldivian and Eskimo Queen officially out. Extraordinary for a race.
In for the most massive deductions in a big race that I think I can recall. Seriously.
The 2 late scratchings. The favourite is out at 4:04. Maldivian number 8 and number 16 Eskimo Queen, both scratched by Stu Ice in 2 separate incidents at the gates. The favourite out of the late. They're ready for the Caulfield Cup. The gates go back and they're off. And Anamato and Chinquay, Blue Tigeroo, 850 metres to go in the Caulfield Cup. Anakov from Chinquay Chento, 2 lengths to Anamato, followed by Mandela. Then came Giro Valley, further back than in the race. Maybe Better starting a run around Scenic Shot. They're followed by Princess Cape over along the inside. Further back, Master O'Reilly, 2 lengths, Sermione Railings, followed by Blue Monday. Torquay well back, Purple Moon, Blue Tigeroo, and Black Tom on the bend. And Anakov shot away, 3 lengths in front of Giro Valley and Anamato. Then came Mandela, Maybe Better, and Scenic Shot are winding up down the outside, and Master O'Reilly gets out as Giro Valley hits the lead. Giro Valley in front of the Caulfield Cup from Master O'Reilly coming at him. Master O'Reilly goes to Giro Valley. Then further back was Princess Cope. Master O'Reilly and Vlad Jurek have taken the lead on the Caulfield Cup, and it's Master O'Reilly by 2 lengths. Giro Valley second, third home Princess Cope. Then came Blue Monday running on the outside, then Purple Moon. They're followed further back in the race on the...
Here on track, these deductions will apply. Master O'Reilly, $5.20 on the tote and $2.20. Giro Valley, $2.80. Prince
O'Reilly, Vlad Jurek, he's down on the line in quick time. 3rd fastest Caulfield Cup in history. Quicker than Might and Power. The son of O'Reilly having only start number 19, Danny O'Brien.
Down, and when he came back up, that's when he did the damage, and he cut his neck.
You straight away, you're in goal, weren't you?
Yeah, I was just looking at it and I thought, oh, I just couldn't believe what was happening, and I just thought maybe if I put my hand on it, and I mean, you feel sorry for Mark Kavanagh and, you know, all the owners and his staff that have just put so much into it, you know. I mean, I can sort of go home and come back next week and have
played up in the gates, made a bit of a racket. She just lunged at the front of the gates, but then she was sort of hung up and cast.
She was in trouble. You looked in trouble yourself.
Yeah, I was sort of stuck down in.
And the first thing I heard was that Eskimo Queen was thrashing about and that she was contacting Master O'Reilly. So, sort of expecting the worst, I'd almost resigned that Master O'Reilly was out of the race, and then hoping that Duro Valley was all right because he was on the other side of her. So.
And sectional's great. Yeah, certainly he is the bleeding obvious, and I would think he'd go to Flemington even with 1.5 kilos. Wouldn't stop him. I think the other run in the race was certainly Purple Moon. First 5.
No matter what way you look at the race, the winner was the best Melbourne Cup trial, without a doubt. It's a matter of what penalty they give him now.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I think the other one was Purple Moon, who should have run, in my eye, third, and maybe even troubled Duro Valley for second if he'd had a clear run. I think he's...
Across the board, Miss Finland 340 there with TAB Sportsbet, Harada Sun 5. You can get...
Market and look at the top 7 and think which one of those 7 would you declare can't possibly win. It's going to be a more open Cox Plate, I think, than we...
O'Reilly, $5.50. He's shorter with a Bedstar. Purple
Moon. From the Schweppes 1,200 metre weight for age sprint race for the first time this year, 1,200 metres, and it brings together, well, the Queen and the Princess of sprinting in this country, Gold Edition and Miss Andretti.
The totes there just right on start time, as Steve.
Towards the 550 metre mark, Gold Edition on the inside on a good rein. Miss Andretti travelling okay outside her. They're 1.5 lengths to let go. Tomo and Zupa 1, who's hunted along now, and 2 to reshuffles last of all. Gold Edition a length in front of Miss Andretti at the 300. 2 further back, let go Tomo and Zupa 1. The sprint is on, and the Queens of the Turf are turning it on the turn. Gold Edition drift out and here comes Miss Andretti. They come together. Miss Andretti takes the lead from Gold Edition. Let go Tomo getting to third. Miss Andretti starting to draw clear. She's 3/4 in front. Gold Edition not giving up without a fight, but Miss Andretti too good. The International Mare by 3/4 to Gold Edition. 3 away, third in the race. Let go Tomo again.
With this, well, she's a great champion. She's the best sprinting mare in the world, and I wouldn't be too unhappy about taking on any sprinter in the world with her. The full credit to Gold Edition. She's a marvellous mare. She's near on unbeatable. This mare the only one who can probably beat her at times.
Concur with that, Bress.
You finally got off the Gold Edition.
18 wins from 27, the 66% champion strike rate, and she's now met Gold Edition, who is freakish in her own right, and beaten on her merits twice. And what we saw
on our track, I think Miss Andretti on today's performance would be unbeatable round Moonee Valley. We'll see how she dances at Flemington. We may be able to improve a little.
You enjoy
very best, and the best horse won on the day.
Well, how's she going to dance at Flemington, Michael?
Well, she's won up the straight, so I think I agree with Ron. I think it'll be a great clash again. I mean, Moonee
done. The Cox Plate is still one of the most wide open in years. Harada Sun has now joined Miss Finland as favourite.
El Segundo at $7.50 and $7 has been back. So they're the
final Cox Plate, Brian Martin.
Good on to Caroline. Yes, they're getting ready for the big race. Divine Madonna coming in. They're moving into Harada Sun in front of the 1,000 metre mark. Devil Moon is second, third on the inside, Miss Finland. They're not going hard in the plate at the moment. Then came Wonderful World fourth. 1.5 lengths to Eskimo Queen. 1 further back running sixth is El Segundo. 2 then over on the inside, Divine Madonna. Outside it, Ladder the Manor. 1 further back, Efficient, 1 length into Nicanero. 2 lengths to Zipping, and the last pair, Marasco and Magic Cape. Off the bottom turn at the 800 metre mark. Harada Sun dictates the terms. In the Cox Plate up the side by 3/4 to Devil Moon. Wonderful World's gone up third. Miss Finland trying to get off the fence fourth. El Segundo coming into it fifth now. Running on there, followed by Eskimo Queen. Divine Madonna getting out and further back, Ladder the Manor. Then came Efficient. It's a great race, 500 to go. The sprint is right on. Wonderful World, Harada Sun and Devil Moon in the Manor. They're followed further back by El Segundo getting out and Divine Madonna running on. Then Miss Finland, they turn for home. Wonderful World's got its head in front of Harada Sun, and here comes El Segundo. El Segundo winding up after Wonderful World. El Segundo's gone to Wonderful World, followed by Harada Sun. El Segundo, some unfinished business from last year, he ducked in, but El Segundo wins the Cox Plate by 2 lengths. Wonderful World second, Harada Sun third. It's head in front of Harada Sun, and here comes El Segundo. El Segundo winding up after Wonderful World. El Segundo's gone to Wonderful World, followed by Harada Sun. El Segundo, some unfinished business from last year, he ducked in, but El Segundo wins the Cox Plate by 2 lengths. Wonderful World second, Harada Sun third. Miss Finland fourth, then further back in the race, Eskimo Queen. Zipping, followed by Devil Moon Efficient. Well back Marasco, then came to...
My own, but couldn't get it.
How do you save for a moment like this, though, Cole? Does it happen right here and there?
Yeah, well, we're pretty bullish, really, going into the race. Quietly, you don't like to be too cocky, but we just thought the horse was going a little better than last year.
The race pen.
World graduating from living winner. There's your totes, 5.90 and 2.20, 8.31.
Somewhat bizarre as well, they went 8 lengths slower early than they did last year. They went 15 lengths slower than the average. They went 25 lengths slower than Might and Power. It was the tempo of the race, but a deserved winner.
The first 7 coming to the corner, or the first 7 home, typifies what you were talking about earlier.
Absolutely, and as Colin Little has so often said, his horse El Segundo can outsprint any other in the land, and I would say...
All right, mate.
Ask me at 12 o'clock tonight when I'm blind drunk.
OK, mate, well done. Good luck to you. You deserve it.
I think he might have had a big night, Luke, and good on you. Congratulations to you.
False favourite?
Well, look, she's like we said, she's been the boom horse all the way through. You can't make an excuse for her. She was third defence. Her hardest unkicked. She had a time to get out. She hit her famous flat spot and just whacked away.
A little bit obvious for mine here, Alan. You wouldn't have been scared off from yesterday.
No, not at all. And as
we'll look ahead to the Coolmore Stud Ascot Vale Stakes, of course, and well, it's a 2-horse race. It looks that way, Caroline. Weekend Hustler. Can he come back from the mile to the 1200?
Bringing Age's Weekend Hustler. He's a relaxed customer. He's a no-fuss sort of horse, watching him parade and watching him.
Belmer sharing the lead here from Scenic Blast wider out. Just behind them then is Weekend Hustler. He's within 2 or 3 lengths, and Roberta's got him in the clear with Shrewd Rhythm on his outside. 300 left to go now, and he's had to pull the whip here on Weekend Hustler. They come to the 200. Belmer in front. Weekend Hustler, he answers the call. Scenic Blast comes with him. Weekend Hustler got to the lead though from Belmer and Scenic Blast, and the champion 3-year-old comes away. Weekend Hustler by 2.5 to Belmer and a half hit away Scenic Blast. Master Assassin Reynolds.
He has to give it a crack with a whip, the favourite, Weekend Hustler. Belmer, the leader at the 200. Weekend Hustler starting to peg it back now. Weekend Hustler gets to Belmer from Scenic Blast and Royal Asher. He takes the lead now, the favourite. Away he drives. He's too good, the real deal. Weekend Hustler, brilliant win again. He wins by 2 lengths to either Scenic Blast or Belmer. Then 4.
No, and but this horse, he's a superstar. He's just, his engine goes into overdrive and then still got a kick there. And
you know, it's hard to say something about this horse. He's just so good.
And don't forget, he's coming back from a mile here.
That is a good sign, isn't it, that he responds. Yeah. There's a bit of racehorse about him as well as freakish raw talent.
Optimum racing distance, do you think?
Well, I don't know.
It doesn't matter, he's effective at anything, isn't he?
Yeah, well, on his pedigree, you get down about the 5th dam, you've got Battle Heights and a lot of 2-milers in it. And, you know, if he can sprint like that at the end of the 2 mile, it'll be hard to beat.
Hard to think.
I think the sky could be the limit for this bloke. I think we've unearthed a superstar here, and I'm a serious superstar.
And a point in time, and you know, they've just come here in a season where they've run into an absolute superstar.
Well, is he a superstar?
Oh,
we
yeah.
downgrade the form sometimes. We haven't got the Sydney 3-year-olds. Richard, where do you put this
I've got him as a superstar.
have?
There wouldn't be a Sydney 3-year-old come down here and beat him yesterday or at the Caulfield Guineas. I've got no doubt he's the best 3-year-old in the country.
Look at the big race on Tuesday, the Melbourne Cup, and Dominic Byrne. He joins us at this time each and every year. Lovely to see you, Dominic, even though it's so the Cup this year.
I'm very impressed with Marler. I think Marler's got all the stats to win. He's progressive. He's only retarded rating once in his life.
Yeah.
He has something very in common with Mackaybe. Mackaybe had her 8th run here at age 3 years and 11 months when she won the Queen Elizabeth at Flemington. And I see no reason why Marler won't win the Cup.
Rod is to ride.
He comes out of a suspect derby when you look back on it last year. He was.
You didn't say that last year.
No,
you were claiming him the next big thing.
Yeah, well,
hasn't won a race.
He has been disappointing.
Well, last year he won the derby with a bias. Everyone knows the rail was the go last year, and it was a beautiful ride by Michael Rodd to take advantage of that. And I argued strongly he shouldn't run in the Cup last year, and he did himself a favour, the horse, and didn't end up running. But he really does look under the odds here. He isn't in the same form as last year, and he'd be very doubtful to win.
We don't give this horse any possible chance. I thought his win in the Derby, courtesy of a brilliant ride last year against ordinary opposition, was flattering, and I would fall out of the stand if Efficient won the Melbourne Cup.
There are those moves since the Open's too, Turfy. You can see what some punters have got. You've got Efficient as your total worst. You'd be happy with that, wouldn't you? It was first favourite when you put the markets up.
Absolutely. We had a lot of doubles through. We had some...
To go at 49. Efficient, who won the Derby last year. The last 4-year-old to win the Melbourne Cup after winning the Derby, Farlap, 1930.
Dominant 380 favourite, but this will be a complete sweep out for bookmakers if Master O'Reilly wins the Melbourne Cup. And he walked around the mounting yard like he was points to him winning the Cup. The money does, the form does, and I think he will.
Shane, your final thoughts on the Melbourne Cup?
I've been with him all along. He remains my top pick, and clearly, I think...
Serrera and Scenic Shot still last. Have really wound the tempo up mid-race. Tungsten Strike led by Nectar Marla. A length and a half to Sculptor. Blue Tigeroo fourth at the 1,000. Then Dolphin Joe. Blue Monday a length. Doro Valley. Purple Moon 2 lengths. Black Tom. Back behind those horses then is Torquay. Honor-Zern commences a run around the outside. Efficient feeling the pinch. Master O'Reilly ridden along now, and then Eskimo Queen and Princess Coke as they neared the turner, and well back as Sermiona Serrera and Railings at the end with Scenic Shot on the turn in the Cup now, and Marla goes to the lead. Tungsten Strike has gone. Blue Tigeroo and Purple Moon are there. Black Tom is wider, and Zipping is coming with a run. Master O'Reilly's got right to the outside. Marla the leader in the Cup from Purple Moon. Sculptor, Doro Valley the rail. Laser Sharp runs on Zipping, and Efficient is coming down the outside. Purple Moon for Raleigh. Got to Marla now. Here comes Efficient. He's mowing them down out wide. Purple Moon in front. Efficient the only danger. Purple Moon in front. Efficient is getting there. Efficient getting to Purple Moon. Efficient is going to win the Cup. Half a length to Purple Moon. 3 lengths to Marla. Zipping fourth, and then Dolphin Joe on a...
Zipping in the red cap. Marla first for home. Duro Valley the inside. Purple Moon going out after Marla, followed by Sculptor. Down the outside now is Laser Sharp and Zipping. Then came from the back of the field. Here's Efficient starting to fly home. Efficient after Purple Moon, who reaches the lead. Purple Moon in front for Damien Oliver on the outside. Efficient stride by stride going after him. Purple Moon in front. Efficient looming up on the outside. Then Marla followed further back by Zipping. It's Efficient getting his head in front. Efficient wins the Melbourne Cup. Wins it an to Purple Moon. 3 away. Third is Marla. Then came Zipping from Dolphin Joe. Honor-Zern followed by...
And Rogerson for Lloyd Williams. Efficient, who won the Derby last year and has not run a place in a race since that. I've got to go back to Farlap. The last time a horse has won the Melbourne Cup in the year after winning the Victoria Derby. It was a Damien Oliver second for the 2nd year in a row, and for the 3rd time in his career. For the second time in a row. And Danny, and I reckon mathematicians might do it right. 6, 12, 24. Doesn't that have a ring to it? That's the trifecta, and the first 4 the 9. So if you're into the 3s times table, you have done remarkably well here today.
I had a reflective couple of minutes with Ollie. He said 2 years in a row where he thought he had the race won at the 300-metre mark. Once he'd gone and had a look at the replay, though, his opinion changed. He said Efficient deserved to win. He covered 6 lengths more than me around the last bend, and my horse had his chance. So he was
a different type of campaign to what sometimes we're used to, and Lloyd opted to do the same as what he did with Zipping. How confident were you that it had run the 3,200 metres? Because that was the question. We know he won the Derby, but nothing's come out of the Derby, and his form wasn't all that good.
Yeah, but his form was over the 2,500 metres, and he showed that he can run it out strong. So I was pretty confident he would run it. I mean, this was a race he's been set for the whole year, and this is probably a race Lloyd did buy the horse for. So.
Well, Bruce, she's won over $3 million and 69,000, if you like, folks. She's had the 35 starts and 17 wins, 11 seconds, and 1/3. Would you dappled right up?
This is the one we're talking about, Miss Andretti. She's won 18 of her 27, and as
regarded by most as a match race between these two mighty sprinting mares, and I think
been taken a lot.
Really great horses go through a period, I reckon, in their career where they almost become unbeatable, and it's proven they all get done unless you're Graham Fulliner and retire after 9 starts. But this mare's almost at that point, I reckon. It's a zone and it's a try.
Golden Itch and Jump Well from 3, and Miss Andretti got away quickly alongside of her. Stands out, and Zwicky's in behind the 2 speeding mares. And a score is coming close to the outside rail. Catachuchu eased over her heels. Oh, Stuff, he's made a move here on Gold Edition, and he's split the field. He's gone to the inside, and Newitt went with him, and has crossed over now and sits about a length and a half behind Gold Edition on Miss Annan. Is the leader heading down along the flat side towards the 500, about a length and a half in front. Miss Andretti is staying right with her, and they get right away then to Stands Out. And on this side, Swick is the leader from a score, who's under the whip, and Catachuchu. They're off the bit on the grandstand side, and the duel is on. Here's Miss Andretti let loose by Newitt. He pulled the whip, and she got to Gold Edition at the 200, but the grey mare tries to fight back. Miss Andretti got a neck in front. The champion's starting to assert a superiority. Gold Edition stays on strongly, but Miss Andretti beat her by 3/4. What a great battle. 6 lengths away, Stands Out held on for third, and the grandstand horses were left gasping, headed by...
Coming up to her, they're in front over on the inside. Gold Edition, 3/4, Miss Andretti. Right down the outside, Swick in front of Catachuchu. The two mares come together at the 250, and Miss Andretti takes the lead. Goldie is fighting back on the inside. Miss Andretti a neck in front. Gold Edition fights hard, but it's Miss Andretti. She's just in front of Gold Edition. Oh, she's a mighty mare. Might be horse of the year. Miss Andretti, 3/4, Gold Edition. 6 away, third Stands Out. Then Catachuchu.
They destroyed some good horses there. They blew them out of the water, and what a fascinating race because of what Starthy Cassitas.
She's found Gold Edition's limits, hadn't she? And in the run of the line, it was just see you later.
Mate, she's as tough as nails, that grey mare. She just does not give in, but she's just in a class of her own, this.
Craig, how'd you feel?
But having said that, Gold Edition fought back unbelievable. It was a great effort.
You don't with many, but you compare her favourably with Makybe Diva in a sprinting sense.
Well, I don't know what she's won. She's won 19 or 20 races now. She's one of the greatest sprinting mares the country's ever seen, I think.
Look at
as usual, the best horse won on the day, and wonderful horse race and worth going a long way to see, and it was very tactical. And
look, I think she raced right at her absolute best, Gold Edition. She's just meeting a great racehorse, and that's also evidenced by the fact that the Salinger winner's 10 lengths astern, labouring, you know?
Yes, exactly. Good point.
Time. I've never seen a better sprinting mare ever. I don't think you have, but I can't think of a better sprinting mare anywhere ever up to 1,200 metres. Can anyone else? Can you think of one that might be in that category?
Well, the world's a big place, and I haven't been around all that long, so...
I suppose when we talk about Australia, you'd be talking, what, Special, Dual Choice, those sort of horses? Maybe Mahal.
But,
she was exceptional.
But a record probably has them covered.
Oh, look, you're probably right.
Well, I think...
Day of the Carnival, and it's Weekend Hustler, the champion 3-year-old in the Emirates Stakes. $2, even money in the old language, good support.
5 now for number 11, the favourite Weekend Hustler. Here's Brian Martin for the Call of the Emirates.
There was Roman Squire, there was Specking, and back out of point as I speak. One at stupid odds. Tears I Cry, right down the bottom there. In 50 points, but it had plenty to come in, I can tell you.
Wonderful World on the outside of Sonic Quest, 2 Lad of the Manor. They're coming near to the home turn now. Then Tears I Cry and Bird Dancer as they swing around the turn. Into the straight now, Lord of the Dance by a length and a half. Being shaken up second, Weekend Hustler. Shinzik under the whip, and then Sonic Quest is in the clear and running on. Further back, Mr. Baritone, Wonderful World. Tears I Cry is coming home fairly well. It's Lord of the Dance being tackled by Weekend Hustler. Shinzik in the middle. Here's Tears I Cry starting to join in with a big run down the outside, and Nikita Berryman hits the lead. Bird Dancer's flashing home now. It's Tears I Cry in front though by a length and a half, a surprise, and Tears I Cry wins from Bird Dancer. Shinzig has grabbed third, close for Valedictum or Dr. Nippentuck. Then Roman Squire. Further back in the field, Nicanero out wide from Orange County. Weekend Hustler has finished in the middle of the pack in company with Lord of the Dance. They did too much early. Today here for Nikita Berryman.
Going up to Lord of the Dance from Shinzig, then Sonic Quest followed by Mr. Baritone. Wonderful World coming down the outside, and then Valedictum at the 400-metre mark. Weekend Hustler, Shinzig, Lord of the Dance fighting on. Further out, Sonic Quest coming at them. Tears I Cry on the outside, the Boulders ranged up. Then Orange County further out. Tears I Cry has raced up and hit the front from Shinzig. Bird Dancer further back, and then Dr. Nip and Tuck. Tears I Cry in front, and Tears I Cry, what a boil over this is. Tears I Cry has won won just from Bird Dancer Shinzig. Dr. Nip and Tuck from Valedictum.
Keita Berryman, Kieran Maher. What sort of a thrill is that? The Group 1 on the final day of the carnival.
It's unbelievable, man.
And he went around here on Melbourne Cup.
Unbelievable.
Maybe a drop of the bubbly for you two a little bit later on.
And my girlfriend Tash, she's stable foreman, and my backbone.
I don't think anyone minds if you shed a tear. What about you, Tash?
There she is, Tears I Cry. What a boil. On course, as we said, came in from 150 to 1 to 100 to 1, but still enormous odds.
Results you'll ever see. The only tears that Nikita will be crying are tears of joy, the same tears that the bookies will be now wiping from their eyes. What a total wipeout. We just saw the
jackpot. New South Wales, nobody had it. And in Unitab, it's over $1 million, but we feel out of...
with the flexi betting you can do these days, I doubt the pool would have been 1.1.
A trickle of money. It was 150 to 1 into 100 to 1, and I have literally in the last few seconds confirmed on the phone with Sydney punter Sean Bartholomew that it was his money. He's claimed a Darwin bookmaker for a bet of 150,000 to 1,000, Tears I Cry, and then got as much of the 150s from along the rails for smaller bets here.
For its jumps racing carnival in May, Warrnambool, they often use the beach as well. Look, wow.
There we go. The joint will be alive in Warrnambool, I can tell you right now, in Port Fairy, which is a lovely spot up that way. There's some fantastic people that have come from that racing neck of the woods. Have a look at you, love. Get a tape of that. You won't forget it.
will be pumping tonight down there at Warrnambool.
Good on you, Dale.
That is good.
Down there at Warrnambool.
Good on you, Dale.
That is gorgeous, isn't it?
Keita, we've had so much fun with him. He's just a great little horse, and Nikita, you've just done a great job. Oh my God, I can't imagine this. I've never had a runner in Melbourne until this year.
Haven't seen it, you must see it. The owner of Tears I Cry, Anne McGrath, who is the clerk of the course at Warrnambool and who bred the horse, was there when Tears I Cry was foaled, has raised the horse, owns it outright. Her reaction when the race was won, it's the greatest vision racing will ever have, because it shows to people, if racing's all about how much money you spend, then racing will become Formula One and no one will want to play. Its greatest strength is that people like Anne can beat all the superstars, all the millionaires, and enjoy it more than they ever do. And I think that is the most outstanding vision you'll see all year. It's just for you, because when you see this, look at Anne there in the black dress with a hand over her mouth, the absolute joy and elation on that woman's face. She, look at this.
No one else in the stands backed it.
It's the best ever.
And the bloke standing beside him, who we just saw briefly, he didn't know. He doesn't know them. He didn't know what was going on. But
I didn't think the person in the middle knew something to start with either.
But I tell you something.
I can tell you, Takeover Target's just drifted on course, $1.90 out to $2.90, whereas Dance Hero is $4.20 into $3.70, and also some money, as Joe was saying, as a Takeover Target. But we'll wait.
As third, 600 metres to go, and these two Group 1 winners with $8 million in prize money between them. They'll lead up for home with Dance Hero a length in front of Takeover Target. King Rex is third on the inside, and then came Passagatira and Ubers last of all. Dance Hero swung for home by over a length on Takeover Target. Nash has tried to pinch a break up the rise, and then Passagatira followed by King Rex, who can't do any better, and Dance Hero has kicked nicely clear. He calls on Takeover Target now. The champion is starting to knuckle down to his task on the outside. Here comes Takeover Target. He's gobbling up Dance Hero with every stride. Takeover Target put his head in front and won the money in a memorable finish. Beat Dance Hero. Back in third spot, Uber, and then came in.
They got closer and closer to Dance Hero, and in the end, right on the line, Richie, he managed to get him. The numbers there, one.
He's a freak, isn't he? He's a freak. Takeover Target. He's 8 years of age. Joe Jean.
Oh, mate, what a great win, eh?
Yeah. Unbelievable, Joe. He's top of the straight. You couldn't run him down, not with 61.
What can you say? He's a freak.
He's taking you everywhere, mate. He just keeps...
Sing back to Sydney yesterday at Royal Randwick, and
there's a few whispers around the track that Joe was getting a few fringe benefits bringing Takeover Target to Randwick for this carnival. Well, the opening of racing anyway. Whatever they give him, that wasn't enough, because Takeover Target and Joe put the life right back into racing yesterday without a doubt.
And You're right, Ronnie. The Takeover Target, that was a sensational win. He's a sensational horse, 8 years old, and he dug in for the fight about 200 metres out.
For it. 8, Miss Finland's been 5 out to 7. Everything else has drifted. All the money for the favourite.
So that, Alan, we are 3 minutes away from start time here.
It's Monet Rules. Apache Cat on the fence, sneaking through. Wide out stands out Coachinero the centre. Then Let Go Tomo, Flash Trick, a length and a half, Sonic Quest. And Miss Finland will have to come from last, the Great Mare, as they pass the 550. Charles swinging against Dance Hero. Monet Rules a halfback, stands out 3 wide. On the fence, Apache Cat. Dance Hero's yet to be clicked up. A length further back, Flash Trick as they come to the corner. Miss Finland second last. It's the Waterhouse Warrior, Dance Hero to the bend first. Stands out 3 wide. Monet Rules the centre, and they went past Dance Hero, who wobbled on the corner. Apache Cat's got his work cut out. Stands out Monet Rules. Apache Cat is flooding down the outside. Here he comes. Apache Cat takes the lead, and what a great win it is. Apache Cat comes on and wins it. Brown loses the whip past the line in the excitement from Stands Out and Monet Rules. Photo fourth, Sonic Quest, Dance Hero and Miss Finland from Coachinero. Let Go.
His 14th career victory, his 3rd Group 1 and his 5th second up success, and he's run 1-9.
And Hustler, the boom 3-year-old of last season, already the winner of 2 Group 1s up against the older horses, the more seasoned sprinters here in the Oakley Plate.
Well, we've talked about it going to the script last week, and it has pretty much thus far here today at Caulfield. Will it continue in the Oakley Plate? We can tell you on track. They probably plate with a period of Group 1 horses, Ross McDonald, over the years, and can't contain his enthusiasm with this one to the point.
It's just shortened into $9 as we speak. Weekend Hustler, there's been truckloads of money for. Even money out to $2.15. Our first bet early this week was $100,000 at $2.70. We laid it again at $2.20.
Weekend Hustler, all the rage. The wheel, La Chasseuse on the fence from Lucky Diva. Typhoon Z 3 wide. A length and a half away, then Misjudgment. Weekend Hustler about to come around her, tracked up by Here the Angels. Bonhoeffer second last as they turn. Rawilla's come to the outside on the Hustler. Magnus Let Go with a run after our Maharaja and Scuffs. Here comes Weekend Hustler. He's starting to pound down the centre from Berta. Back in the field is Bonhoeffer making ground, but it's Weekend Hustler going to the front from Magnus. Weekend Hustler scorched clear, and he's going to give them a toweling in the Oakley Plate. The 3-year-old Weekend Hustler too good for Magnus. I think Tramantrana's got up to run third in front of Royal Asher. Misjudgment next from here.
All week and your horse just walk the walk for you.
Walk the walk, yeah. No, you know, he's a super horse. I can't say much, you know, I'm pretty happy.
You would have been disappointed, wouldn't you, if he got beaten?
I'd have been shattered.
He might be the best horse you had. You're prepared to say he's the best horse you've had?
Well, I've always said after the Coolmore, he's the best horse.
And
he just drops a bit and you can put him wherever you want him in a race. And when you say let's go, well, he lets go.
It just opens up so many options.
Because you keep telling us that, you know, you're seriously contemplating the Melbourne Cup, but you watch him in action there, and he looks like, at the very least, a middle distance horse, doesn't he? Just his action, his gradual build-up, sustains that momentum, keeps rolling.
Yeah, well, you know, we're going to enter him in Caulfield Cup, Cox Plate and Melbourne Cup, but then we'll just let him decide which way we're going to go. It's
today before the race. Look at that now, $1.90. Is that better than bank interest, Ross?
Its favourite there at $2.40. It's about 20 cents longer on course. The on-course favourite is currently Mimi LeBrock. That $2.90 is a little bit of value. It's 40 cents shorter on course, hasn't budged.
Tana Fly was the ruling Golden Slipper favourite, but second last and last of all is Forensics coming to the outside. Seeding Duck dashed away, led by 2.5 to 3 lengths around the home turn. Sliding Cubes come away from the rail. Mimi LeBrock's coming up underneath it, and they're a couple of lengths in front of Vecchia Roma. Further back, Hustler Vestos. Sliding Cube crack rock there at the top of the rise, and it's Seething Duck. Led from Sliding Cube. He's trying to get going again on Mimi LeBrock. And further back, Forensics is coming right down the outside. Sliding Cube went up and hit the lead. It's in front. Forensics is flying on the outside. Forensics is coming and got up. Forensics won the money, beat Sliding Cube. And it's Seething Duck. Led from Sliding Cube. He's trying to get going again on Mimi LeBrock. And further back, Forensics is coming right down the outside. Sliding Cube went up and hit the lead. It's in front. Forensics is flying on the outside. Forensics is coming and got up. Forensics won the money, beat Sliding Cube. Photo third, Vecchia Roma or Seething Duck. And then Mimi LeBrock, who hit the fence at the top of the straight.
For the Slipper winner of last year,
Blinkers back on. She trialled. She started $17 on track. They ran along at a very good clip, Seething.
She's a gutsy filly. She just keeps on trying $1.60 and see.
Before this great sprint, the Newmarket Handicap. Of course, some wonderful horses have won this race. Weekend Hustler, will he be the first 3-year-old in many, many years to carry this sort of a weight? We'll have to wait and see.
Well, yes, there's no more remedy on
It evens early this week. This morning we took 80,000 worth of bets on Weekend Hustler, and they've just kept coming through now. So all the money's been for Weekend Hustler. I know it's drifted in the market $1.60 to $1.70, but that hasn't stopped them. They just think the horse is a superstar.
Further back is Swick. He's back near the tail with Zipping and Shadow Ways, and a fair way off them, Coachinero. Dance Hero's out full of running at the 400. Weekend Hustler call for the supreme effort. It's his moment of truth. He's trying to come on. Magnus still there from Grand Jules. Rawilla's about to light the fuse on the Hustler. He goes out after the leader. Magnus stands out, comes through. Magnus in front. Weekend Hustler stride by stride pegs him back, and the Super 3-year-old takes the lead. Magnus comes again. Weekend Hustler in front, and it's a great win in the Newmarket Handicap. 3/4, and Rawilla loves it. Second prize Magnus, third Swick, I think. Zipping late on the scene, not far away. Grand Jules a score.
This horse.
Well, I think he's a superstar. But, you know, he just...
Great duel between the two horses. Magnus not disgraced on the inside, but Weekend Hustler is something special.
That's a champion's performance, I think, Caroline. We saw them run 1-2 in the Oakley Plate. The inexperienced horse disadvantaged against Magnus by 2.5 kilos today. He's still too good for him. 7 wins today. He's still too good for him. 7 wins from 9 starts. Now 4 Group 1 victories in his past 5 starts. Wins at $1.70. The shortest price favourite since Burnborough in 1946, who ran at $1.45. The mighty Burnborough. Well, I think we've got the mighty Weekend Hustler.
Yesterday.
He's pretty bomb-proof, isn't he?
Yeah, no, he's a freak of a horse.
You can't help but think, is he a middle distance horse or even a stayer who's won an Oakley Plate in the Newmarket?
Well, I really don't think he, on his pedigree, he shouldn't be doing what he's doing, and if he can stay and do that at the end of a staying race, he's going to be awful hard to beat.
What about I spoke to Greg last night, Steve, and he's given us a rating of 122, which makes him Australia's equal highest rated horse with El Segundo, and of course it puts him 1 behind the world champion sprinter in Sacred Kingdom. So the measure's already there for him.
Oh, I'm not surprised by that. The nibble for him on track. He got to 390. There's the totes across the board, across the country. 380's the country. 380.
Doesn't. It's to the brother. He's got it posted out 3 wide. Fulmicino on the fence. Sermione's on the outside. Mertens has got Oliver in a pocket here on Princess Cape. And 2.5 lengths away, Casino Prince up before the bend. 800 metres left to run in the Cup. And the front runner, Taranabar, by a length on Coalesce, who's come off the bit. On the rail, Ruby Sense had a glorious run from Captious. Then Fulmicino, Miss Finland tracking out wide from Giro Valley. Sermione's about to come to the outside. Ollie plays for luck on Princess Cope. And 2 lengths away, Casino Princes. They thunder for home at the 400. And Miss Finland wide out is going after Ruby Scent. Captures the centre. Sermione's coming with a great run on the outside. He's trying to weave the needle going through on Princess Cope. But Sermione let down, and Bart's Boy exploded away at the 250. He's looking for his 13th Australian Cup. Running to second, Casino Prince from Miss Finland. Look at Sermione go. Opens the shoulders up. He's roaring away. It's another one for Bart. And Sermione for Peter Mertens wins the Cup and wins it brilliantly. Princess Cope, no luck. She ran second from Casino Prince. A good margin away then to Giro Valley. Miss Finland, you a game. Fulmicino behind those from Ruby.
Classic, the Apollo Stakes. We're about to jump in about 7 minutes' time. Let's have a quick look at the odds, and we'll go through them and then get into the mounting yard.
Number 1 is Racing to Win, $5.90. About $1 shorter on courses at 10 points. Fillets at $42 is 20 points long.
Heavily backed here on track, 250, 230 on the tote. In now, and they've got 800 metres to go, and the favourite Paratroopers found the rail, and it's the leader. They back the speed off, and it leads by 3/4. Just Mambo second. Desert War on the inside, and Mentality's out wide and pulling hard. For Lasers going up in the centre, followed by Honour and War. Racing to Win as pinching runs near the inside, followed by Tuesday Joy. Then Mr Martini fighting Funders further back from My Lady's Chamber. Sniper's Bullet is well back with Utzon as they turn. Paratroopers just in front. Just Mambo comes up on the outside to challenge. Right behind them, Fillets. Desert War is struggling. And then came Mentality. Paratroopers is headed off by Just Mambo. Racing to Win is going after the stablemate. And then came Fillets, but it's Racing to Win. The grey bursting through in the centre. He went up to Just Mambo. Tuesday Joy runs on late from Fillets, but he's back in the winner's stall. Racing to Win beat Tuesday Joy. Fillets got third, and then either Fighting Fund or Just Mambo, followed by Honour in War, and then came Accumulate.
So $5.70 and $2.10, $3.90, $10 for the third place Fillets. Inglis bringing it.
Well, great to see him back in the winner's stall. 10 wins from 16 starts. He is a true star, Racing to Win.
Year-old's about to go and tee. The favourite, not surprisingly, is number 6 Amelia's Dream after a 9-length win at Canterbury, but a few of these are
45. Well, that's a very big go. She's paying well on the TABs. 160 New South.
And the leader, Amelia's Dream, flies along in the lead by a length and a half on Hips Don't Lie, is pushed along to stay with it. Glow Lamp is railed up to third. Dubai to Sydney is fourth, about 3 lengths to Deleek. And then Rock Me Baby, followed further afield by Wembley. Segaline, and back last of all is Star Ripper coming around the turn. And Amelia's Dream is going great guns down towards the 300 metres. Opened up about 3 or 4 lengths in front of Glow Lamp on the rail. And then came Hips Don't Lie. And further back behind them next is Dubai to Sydney, but this is one right out of the box. Look at this go, Amelia's Dream. It's about 4 weeks to the slipper, and she's the raging favourite now after a brilliant victory by about 6 or 7 lengths. Hips Don't Lie got second, Glow Lamp third. Star Ripper coming around the turn, and Amelia's Dream is going great guns down towards the 300 metres. Opened up about 3 or 4 lengths in front of Glow Lamp on the rail, and then came Hips Don't Lie, and further back behind them next is Dubai to Sydney, but this is one right out of the box. Look at this go, Amelia's Dream. It's about 4 weeks to the slipper, and she's the raging favourite now after a brilliant victory by about 6 or 7 lengths. Hips Don't Lie got second, Glow Lamp third. Behind them, Dubai to Sydney, and then came
lengths. The Inglis Interims, Amelia's Dream, $1.60, $1.10.
It was sensational yesterday, winning the Silver Slipper Stakes. Was ridden by Nash Rilla, and Nash joins us this morning. Nash, well, good morning to you. That's not a good morning, is it? The morning after.
Morning, Bruce. No, I guess I woke up this morning sort of hoping the last 12 hours have been a bad dream, to be honest.
We're reading about the demise and the sesamoid, so she won't race again as a 2-year-old. Well, the track could remember ever a 2-year-old breaking 63 for 1100.
0.9, 33, 52 the last 600. Hips Don't Lie, there's been a blue diamond, 60 for the...
Of a 2-year-old I've seen since, I think you've got to go back to Manicato and Luskin Star to find a performance so dominating, so freakish, that you just said, well, there's the slipper winner. All she's got to do is stay in one piece. And as soon as you said that, she wasn't in one piece by the end of the day. And now it's a tragedy for the owners, for Gai Waterhouse, for Nash Rawiller, because they'd have all just thought, well, this is a slipper winner right here, right now. It's not going to happen.
No.
It was a mile behind. 6 1/4 lengths, Ronnie.
Formula One race, anything Ferraris versus Toyotas here. This is just unbelievable. This is, it's a tragic end, really.
It is.
It reminds me...
Well, it may not be the end.
Well, no, it's the end as far as a Golden Slipper campaign's concerned. Yeah. I remember it happening, the same sort of thing happening to a filly a couple of years ago of John Hawkes, called Plagiarise.
Yes.
But David Hayes did say one other thing too. His colts are far superior to Hips Don't Lie.
No, you wouldn't think so, looking at them trial on Friday. Fair dinkum, they went like goats.
Just updating on this market here.
$7, it's $13 on track, so that's a bit of value. Malcolm's $8 is spot on the mark. We go down to number 9, Dan Lee. $6.90 is spot on the mark. Friday Creek.
Chocolate midfield from Utzon and Malcolm. Dan Lee was next from Sonic Quest. Bobadar giving away a big start. And then came Mr. Ubiquitous, and back last of all, Divine Madonna. It's Court Command just in front of Mutawajid on its inside, and Friday Creek is coming up on the outside. Friday Creek is letting loose to go up and hit the lead now. And then came further afield is German Chocolate and Hoystar. Bobadar's running on. Friday Creek led with 200 metres to go. Mutawajid next, German Chocolate, and Dan Lee starting to charge. Dan Lee's coming after Friday Creek. Friday Creek stopping. Dan Lee nailed him, and Dan Lee got up and won it. Beat Friday Creek and Bobadar. And then we've got Mr. Ubiquitous flashing home, followed by Julie's German Chocolate and Hoystar. Bobadar's running on. Friday Creek led with 200 metres to go. Mutawajid next, German Chocolate, and Dan Lee starting to charge. Dan Lee's coming after Friday Creek. Friday Creek stopping. Dan Lee nailed him, and Dan Lee got up and won it. Beat Friday Creek Creek and Bobadar, and then we've got Mr. Ubiquitous flashing home, followed by German Chocolate, and then came Murawa Jed Hoist.
Down race through the carnival as he can get away from Hong Kong. There are the English interims for you, 6-9. Route 1 here, the Randwick Guineas, and this is, of course, for the 3-year-olds over the mile. Weekend Hustler has been in the wars this week. He suffered a float injury on the way up, and then he's also, you can see on the other hock, taken a bit off coming to the track.
Order the Hustler. He's been very heavily backed here on track. $1.70 into $1.60.
Triple Honour, Richie's tip $21. Tip for second is at $21 at the moment on the tote.
Marching's fourth on the rail, and Weekend Hustler the favourite, fifth in the centre. Behind them Triple Honour, and then came Steel Giant from Grand Dancer. Further back was Arlington, and last of all is Solo Flyer. 600 to go, and he's off on King Dakar. He's trying to pinch it, coming to the turn, led by about 2 lengths on Marching, tracking up behind it, and then Blinkin' Easy dropping off. Weekend Hustler's taken to the outside. Triple Honour's cut through on the inside to go past it. Favourites under the pump at the moment, and then came Steel Giant. It's King Dakar in front. Marching comes after it with Triple Honour. Weekend Hustler starting to get warmed up. He's coming down the outside. King Dakar still led with 100 to go. Here's Weekend Hustler on the outside with Triple Honour and Marching. 4 of them across the track. Triple Honour and Weekend Hustler. The Hustler goes up on the outside. Photo. It's a Weekend Hustler or Triple Honour. Nothing in it in the Guineas. 100 to go. Here's Weekend Hustler on the outside with Triple Honour and Marching. 4 of them across the track. Triple Honour and Weekend Hustler. The Hustler goes up on the outside. Photo. It's a Weekend Hustler or Triple Honour. Nothing in it in the Guineas. King Dakar's got third from Marching, and then Arlington and Steel Giant.
It is the Hustler, Weekend Hustler. Let's have a look as they get to the line. It's very, very close. It almost looked initially as if Ken Hustler is right there in the mix. We'll wait on the photo. That is, looks like Weekend Hustler maybe on the outside, but there's a whisker in it, an absolute whisker in it. That is even too hard to see here with the dark. So I think we might have something a little bit better, which does still look a little bit like Weekend Hustler, but we'll wait on the judges' comment on Honour. You can see Kick and Chase there. Number 1 has got it, Weekend Hustler, and you can hear the roar of the crowd here. Connections ecstatic about first starting.
That's as close as they get.
Yeah, they want to bring closer. I won 2 Caulfield Cups by a nose, but that's closest.
Mate, a little bit wayward his first go in Sydney, but geez, he's got a big motor.
Yeah, he got a bit further back than we thought he would, and you know, he's motored home great.
Mate,
$170, $1.30 the winner. $3.80 Triple Honour and Arlington $8.30. A nose in the end.
It was a little bit of a bunch finish. That's the only thing I'm worried about. But obviously he'd had a pretty hard week with the travel up, and obviously everything's not gone right, as Ross has pointed out. So you can only expect him to improve off that.
I said to the people around me, well, I don't think he can win from here because Triple Honour put a length on him quickly. And I thought, well, if you can't keep up with Triple Honour right there, you're not going to be able to nail him on the line. But he regathered himself, this horse, and this is a true test of what a great young horse he is. He gathered himself up, he flattened out, and he did just enough in the shortest of margin. It took...
I'll tell you what, it was probably the right result because he did everything wrong and still won the race. He's an absolute champion.
He's a champion 3-year-old. And if he goes on to be a champion 4-year-old, he's just a champion.
I don't know whether he'll run in the Doncaster now.
I hope he does.
Oh, I'm sure you do. But
yeah, but
look, it's hard. He's got 57 kilos, and look,
and the runner-up's only got 51 in the Doncaster.
Yeah, look, his preparation was timed to the moment. Triple Honour, he just wasn't good enough.
Changes we have for the big Randwick Mile coming up in a few weeks' time. The Hustler's the favourite, $3.80, but Hot Danish continues to firm.
Of course, this is the Queen of the Turf for the fillies and mares, and it really does seem to be a race between the two, the fillies and the mares. We've got some top-class fillies going round, and
number 9 here, he's out. Forensics is your favourite, $3.40 on track with the bookmakers. On the TAB, $2.30 is very skinny. It's $1.10 longer than that $2.30
here today. So Mimi LeBrock goes in with Choo Choo and Perfect Drop. Still out of line. Galantess has been strongly... They are flying in front. Mimi LeBrock went up to Choo Choo, kicks up again to lead by a half a length. Behind them, Devil Moon. Translators fourth on the rail, and then came November Flight. Perfect Drop is next on the rail, getting a lovely run, followed by Cinque Cento, and then came Forensics, who's hemmed away on the inside of Occurrence from Like Me Wild, Eskimo Queen, and Galantess is last of all. After going hard, they're starting to back off again, and with about 5.50 to go. The leader, Choo Choo. Mimi
Mimi LeBrock goes up to put pressure on it again. They lead from Translate. Devil Moon's hard ridden, followed around the outside by Cinquecento. Perfect Drop's got nowhere to go. Forensics peeling to the outside, and Occurrences come up on the outside. Mimi LeBrock took the lead, but it's done a lot of work. Here comes Perfect Drop coming through on the centre. Translators next, and Forensics is seeing daylight now. Forensics is flying through. Forensics took the lead with 100 metres to go, and she keeps the perfect record this time in. Went on to beat Perfect Drop and Occurrence, and then came Like Me Wild, followed by Mimi LeBrock, who did a pretty brave job. And for the ball,
she's a super filly, isn't she? 3 from 3 this campaign. She won the Golden Slipper, she's won the Golden Rose, the Light Fingers, and she's come out and won the Group 1 Queen of the Turf. Another group winner on the big way for everyone involved.
I guarantee Bobadar already. 370 into 330, the tote spot on. Hadar 20 points shorter on track. God's Hand, $15 is spot on the mark. Borambo, the bookmakers, make that 15 points shorter. All Silent, $22. It is on the TAB, $22. On track, $17.
14 gold. Number 16 is All Silent by Belong to Me, the half to Private Steer, who won the Doncaster, Stradbroke and All Aged, and he's had just 2 runs back.
Should have won last start, beating Gergis, and he jumps up a lot in.
comes up with Taranabar. So favourite here, Bobadar, very heavily backed, still $3. They're off in the last, and All Silent came out of the stalls poorly and is back in the last 2 or 3, viewed behind it as they settle down fully into stride. And All Silent's picked up some ground after missing the start, followed by Mung the Breeze running third. Then came Adaf and Bryambo's Gift. Mr Ubiquitous was next, followed by Friday Creek. God's Hand was further back. Bobadar the favourite, about 5 or 6 off the lead. And then came Bar Lenny and Little Saiwan, and All Silent back near the inside. It's just Bambo and Taranabar fighting it out. Fillets on the outside. Bryambo's Gift is getting a run near the inside with a Duff. Friday Creek being nursed along, and Bobadar and Mr Ubiquitous are starting to come down the outside. Friday Creek spread to the front. Bobadar is flying on the outside. All Silent getting a rails run. It's Bobadar coming up at Friday Creek, and All Silent right along the fence. All Silent on the insides hit the lead, and All Silent won it from Friday Creek or Bobadar. I think Bar fighting it out. Fillets on the outside. Bryambo's Gift is getting a run near the inside with a Duff. Friday Creek being nursed along, and Bobadar and Mr Ubiquitous are starting to come down the outside. Friday Creek spread to the front. Bobadar is flying on the outside. All Silent getting a rails run. It's Bobadar coming up at Friday Creek, and All Silent right along the fence. All Silent on the insides hit the lead, and All Silent won it from Friday Creek or Bobadar. And then came God's Hand. Further back was Barlini, and then came Viewed and Bryambo's Gift.
He's pretty smart. He's now won 3 of 5. All Silent for Jeff Lloyd, and what a good run that was. He's the half to Private Steer. We remember the way she used to blitz home in her races, often from the outside. He's come through on the inside.
Always thought this horse was pretty special. He's proved it today.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's been a bit of a sleeper. He's come along very late in the scene, and it'll be unbelievable if he gets in the Doncaster and he's 6th run in a race. But, like, he's got a devastating finish on him, you know.
We just show colours. Ajax Stakes, 16 All Silent, $19.84, 25 Friday Creek.
All this was happening on the inside. All Silent just cruised to the post. What an exciting horse this is, Rich.
Yeah, most definitely. And look, we should have
An absolute cracker. Make sure if you're in the bars, you're at home, get in front of the TVs. The George Rider, sponsored by Cathay Pacific. Number 1 Racing to Win. He's been the big go since they came out on Wednesday. They bet $3.50 on Wednesday. Today, he's $2.70 into $2.40, dominant. 2 good odds. Number 8, The Hustler, Weekend Hustler. Hoping to equal the record of Kingston Town with 6 Group 1s in the season. $2.80 the tote. You can get $3.10 here on track.
Scenic Shot from Racing to Win. Casino Last of all is Honour and War. Storm Hill and Desert War are contesting the lead here at the 600 metres. Weekend Hustler, Rawilla smoking his pipe behind them at the moment. And then came Mentality, followed by Racing to Win. He's following the Hustler everywhere it goes. And then Casino Prince from Scenic Shot and Honour and War. Weekend Hustler strides up on the outside, and he quickly races up and takes the lead now. The 3-year-old shoots for home. Racing to Win gives chase down the outside, and then came Desert War. Weekend Hustler clear, 200 to go. The only danger is Racing to Win, and then came Casino Prince. It's Weekend Hustler in front, 150 to go. He's still nicely clear. Racing to Win can't peg him back, and here's 6 Group 1s this time in for the Hustler. Weekend Hustler wins the rider from Racing to Win. Casino Prince got 3rd from Desert War, and then Scenic Shot from Mentality. Storm Hill
around Australia to watch this horse. Weekend Hustler equal Kingston Town's record of 6 Group 1 wins. wins in a season. He is a superstar. He's held off 0.72.
I think he's about everybody's hero weekend hustler, and he will be officially Australia's best racehorse based on the ratings. He was 122 before yesterday. That was equal to...
Up until there was nothing left in the account. I've never seen a horse travel easier, mate.
No, I was just going to win for 1,300.
Huey Bowman, I spoke to Huey Bowman. Huey Bowman said, I come off his back at the top of the straight, and he said, I'm travelling beautiful. He said, as I peeled off the back, he said, I got a good look at Bradra Willer in front of me, and I thought, oh, no. No.
Well, Racing to Win went outstanding. Casino Prince won a Group 1 before that, and Fair Dinkum was like a draft horse behind him, wasn't it?
You talk about...
We'll set him for the Caulfield Cup, the Melbourne Cup, the Cox Plate. This is the Oakley Plate winner.
Oh, he's a superstar, isn't he? And...
From the Group 1 2008 Amy Golden Slipper, Rich, and I tell you what, this is a most open.
Is also comparable. The jockeys
single preparation here, so it is a most the rest of them just again.
Racing in the Slipper, and Sebring came out last of all. Von Costa de Hero's well back on settling down as well, and She's Meaner came out brilliantly and went to the lead from Sugar Babe. Rianne's right up there in the early stages, showing good pace out of the Sportio, related as third last, All Americans behind it, and last of all is Von Costa de Hero. It's She's Meaner on the outside, just leading from Anatomica as they're about to swing for home in the Amy Golden Slipper. Rianne comes up 3 wide, Sugar Babe is 4 deep, but Augusta Proud is right behind them on the rail from Berger, and further back behind them is Hips Don't Lie and Portillo and Von Costa de Hero. It's Augusta Proud going up on the rail. The challenge, She's Meaner and Anatomica. Sebring's about to burst through now, right down the outside, Von Costa de Hero. Von Costa de Hero has sprinted to the lead now from Sebring. It's Von Costa de Hero and Sebring on the inside. They hit the line locked together. Might be Sebring. It might be Sebring from Von Costa de Hero. Nothing in it. It's back behind them is Hips Don't Lie and Portillo and Von Costa de Hero. It's Augusta Proud going up on the rail. The challenge, She's Meaner and Anatomica. Sebring's about to burst through now, right down the outside, Von Costa de Hero. Von Costa de Hero has sprinted to the lead now from Sebring. It's Von Costa de Hero and Sebring on the inside. They hit the line locked together. Might be Sebring. It might be Sebring from Von Costa de Hero. Nothing in it. It's a photo. Back behind them, Portillo. And then we've got on the outside there, we've got back behind them next, Hips Don't Lie, with all the...
Has his head down. Sebring looks to be the winner for Gay Waterhouse. Denise Martin, Glenn Boss coming through with...
Bringing a brilliant training performance from Gay Waterhouse. More from her shortly. An absolute sweep out for bookmakers. Sebring winning, starting price at $6, being top of the...
Race is over. He'll win by 3 or 4 here. And Sebring rallied again. There was... Portillo ran on well.
Terrific run. Covered ground?
Yeah, there were quite a number of good runs. There's All American out too in front, but they were dominant.
Our best sprinters of the last couple of years. We have Takeover Target, he's around $4. Apache Cat is the favourite, he's at $2.10, and you get further down.
Magnus slipped through on the inside to head Takeover Target. They're on the swing for home now. Cent Percent is still behind them, and Apache Cat starting to edge up around the outside. And then came Raining to Win, followed by Is Amazing and Hurry Choice. Takeover Target has gone up to Magnus up the rise, 2 or 3 lengths to Apache Cat, but the champion raced to the front. Takeover Target, he got the better of Magnus. Now Raining to Win and Apache Cat are starting to come after Takeover Target. Takeover Target, will his condition hold out? Apache Cat's just about got him. Apache Cat surges to the front with 50 to go, and the favourite kicks away and wins it well. Apache Cat wins it from either Raining to Win or Takeover Target, who ran out of condition from Hurry Choice, and then Magnus, Cent Percent and Is Amazing was back last of all.
What a sensational TJ Smith, Apache Cat getting past Takeover Target, of course. Takeover
28 starts, only the good horses have records like that. 2.5 million in the bank, Raining to Win. Huey Bowman copped a frightful ear bashing from John O'Shea for running second. Still would have run second. Takeover Target was fantastic. Gregory,
I haven't counted them, but I tell you what, he's been the find of the season.
I reckon it'll be nearly 5.
He's a beauty, and the crowd love him. Everybody loves him. He always puts in a good performance. He operates on wet and dry. He operates in both directions. He is just about a bomb-proof sprinter, and it
hasn't moved. German Chocolate, 60s into 30s, $39 a bit of it. 2 points longer on track at $21. Number 9, All Silent, $18, 4 points shorter on track. Filet, 60. Forensic, $7.90, a half point shorter on 20 cents of overs. Pinnacle, Pinnacles, $59. You can get better than that.
Centre followed by Friday Creek, and then came marching back in behind them next to circling the field is Mentality. He's taking off, coming to the bend. Casino Prince looks for a run from Valedictum, and then came Gallant Tess, who's going up near the inside. They swing for home in the Doncaster, and Just Mambo led. Hot Danish is slipping up on the inside to challenge, followed by down the outside Thessio and German Chocolate. Sniper's Bullet and marching. It's Hot Danish getting to the lead now. Took over from Just Mambo, German Chocolate, Sniper's Bullet, and Triple Honour has come right through in the centre for Glenn Boss and taken the lead, and the Doncaster's over. Triple Honour has raced away. Casino Prince is coming out of the pack late. Triple Honour gets a little bit tired, but he wins it. Triple Honour held on to beat Casino Prince, and Pinnacle's got third. Gallant Tess is going up near the inside. They swing for home in the Doncaster, and Just Mambo led. Hot Danish is slipping up on the inside to challenge, followed by down the outside Thessio and German Chocolate. Sniper's Bullet and marching. It's Hot Danish getting to the lead now. Took over from Just Mambo, German Chocolate, Sniper's Bullet, and Triple Honour has come right through in the centre for Glenn Boss and taken the lead, and the Doncaster's over. Triple Honour has raced away. Casino Prince is coming out of the pack late. Triple Honour gets a little bit tired, but he wins it. Triple Honour held on to beat Casino Prince, and Pinnacle's got third, and then Sniper's Bullet followed by Eskimo Queen and Serious Speed, and then we've got Valedictum and marching. Hot Danish knocked up from Thessio, and then came All Silent, followed by...
Milestone and a terrific career so far.
Yeah, no, it was brilliant, Bruce, and yeah, thanks to all the support I've had.
At number 20, Triple Honour. $8.40 and $3. 3 Casino Prince at $5.
Newton Brigade.
3 Casino Prince at $5.
Newton Brigade.
Yeah, look, I've never seen a better thing beat in a big race than Casino Prince.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it just didn't happen for him at the two, between the 300 and the 100.
Yep. It was a great run. He's in
one. What are these on the tote? What about the last one in Mill?
Half, and there is a nibble. A chaser just flop out at the rear of the field today. On settling down at the end of 400 metres. Samantha Miss on the inside and Sebring on the outside. They're going head and head, and he's pressing forward on Sebring. Cheap Sexuals in front here. Sebring, he crossed over and he's under no pressure at the moment. He's 3/4 in front. He's looking, and Wembley's gone up on the inside, turning for home now. And Sebring in front. Lead from Samantha Miss, coming at it on the outside from Rhino Chaser and Glow Lamp. All American further back. He's not doing enough for mine, and it's Sebring in front, holding Samantha Miss. And then came Glow Lamp, who's coming up on the inside. Shin starts to get busy now on Sebring. Samantha Miss tries hard on the outside. It's closing the gap. Samantha Miss is coming at Sebring, and right on the line it's a bubba. Samantha Miss maybe from Sebring. It might be Samantha Miss, but it is a photo on Sebring. Samantha Miss tries hard on the outside. It's closing the gap. Samantha Miss is coming at Sebring, and right on the line it's a bubba. Samantha Miss maybe from Sebring. It might be Samantha Miss, but it is a photo. Not sure for third with
He's just come back from a little cruise around Australia. Oh, she's won easy. She's won easy. The photo, you couldn't believe it was so close. Chris Lees, Bruce Clark's about to catch up with Chris.
There, and obviously by the great Redoubt's choice, and you know, I think we're going to hear a lot more of her next year.
Very strong filly here. Very strong filly here, and she was beaten, but she rallied because she's strong. And she's not bred to be a 2-year-old. She doesn't look like a 2-year-old, and she's come out a Group 1 winner. I think the sky's the limit for her at 3.
And I don't think he lost any admirers whatsoever yesterday, Sebring.
Angels at $7.80, $8.30 for number 12, Monet Rules. They're the top one in the market for the Goodwood. Here's Hilton Donaldson for the call.
Misjudgment wider out. Further back in the field came Pinnacles. Then Let Go Tomo, Shadow Way, Zipanese well back to count to 0. Followed by Idaloo Tramontana. Here the Angels on the turn. 500 metres to go, a line of 3. It is Cochinero inside of Vivacious Spirit, and 3 out on the track. Immortality, Shark Bait 4 out, or Shark Bite 4 out. Then came Diplomatic Force, Cargo Colt needs a run. Misjudgment wider back to the inside. Shadow Ways. Further back Pen Celeron, and down Pin. Let Go Tomo heads the others. Tramontana wider, Shadow Ways. He dashed for home in the Goodwood. He's 2 in front of Cargo Colt, Diplomatic Force, and further back came Misjudgment, but it's Shadow Ways. Shadow Ways wins the Goodwood 2 lengths. Second, Cargo Colt ahead away. Third, Diplomatic Force, and photo fourth. We had Pinnacles flashing up, count to 0. Tramontana outside them. Then Misjudgment, Shark Bite, Zip.
Ways taking out the Group 1 Goodwood handicap there in Adelaide ahead of a Gallant Cargo Colt, not quite getting the run at the right.
Shadow Ways, Gwenda Johnstone and Mark Pegas at 33.60, 7.60.
But the main event is coming up this afternoon. It's the Group 1 Doomben 10,000 over the 1350, and he's tightened up Apache Cat. He got out to about 260, 270 on the Unitab.
John headed back to the stables, and as you...
Jill, Wonder Heli Deck, Apache Cat third the fence. Just Mamota's racing fourth. Toodala Montagna reigning to wins in the middle. Tatalago out 3 deep, and they're followed then by the Jackal. Bormister had to go back to try to get in, and then Turfontaine followed by Hard to Catch and Double Dare. They're on the bend. Murder Jill first for home. Apache Cat, he's away from the rail now. Heli Deck is third, followed by Just Mamona reigning to win at the 300, and Apache Cat on the outside. Race to the lead from Murder Jill, 2 lengths away Heli Deck, and then Josh Mamont reigning to win down the outside, but Apache Cat, he exploded away. He's got his claws into them now, Apache Cat. He's raced away 5 Murder Jill, and Apache Cat bolted him from Murder Jill at the 300, and Apache Cat on the outsides race to the lead from Murder Jill, 2 lengths away Heli Deck, and then Josh Mamont reigning to win down the outside, but Apache Cat, he exploded away. He's got his claws into them now, Apache Cat. He's raced away 5 Murder Jill, and Apache Cat bolted him from Murder Jill. Turfontaine third, Just Mamont run fourth. The next time in the Cat on the outsides race to the lead from Murder Jill, 2 lengths away Heli Deck, and then Just Mamont reigning to win down the outside, but Apache Cat, he exploded away. He's got his claws into them now, Apache Cat. He's raced away 5 Murder Jill, and Apache Cat bolted him from Murder Jill. Turfontaine third, Just Mamont run fourth. The next time in the race then was Double Dare, then the Jackal. Vermister had no luck from the alley, and then Heli Deck, Montagna. And ladies and gentlemen, salute a sprinting champion in Apache Cat. The crowd at Doomben stand, and rightly so, to applaud one of the great sprinters of the Australian turf. There's no doubt about it, he has absolutely annihilated them today.
Year of the Cat. Without Weekend Hustler, it'd be the Year of the Cat, but 5 Group 1s in a row, that's an amazing achievement, and you have to bow to the horse. That was his best ever win, I say.
Yeah. Today was his best win ever that I've ridden him. He
sale on the Brisbane Cup.
And Full Monty last of all. The pressure's on coming up to the home turn, and Fast Future on the inside. The Sportsman and Viewed a line of 3. Scattergun's gone up fourth on the point of the corner. Scenic Shots trying to get on their backs from Love You Leo, and Tommy Franks and Tedrific coming to the outside. Viewed shot to the front past the 400. He's clear. Scattergun about to run at a second, follow though the Sportsman. Love You Leo's next, but Viewed, he's a mile in front past the 200. He's in front of about 5 or 6 horses, including Scenic Shot and Full Monty, but it's all Viewed. The cup's all over. This is an annihilation. Viewed 6 in front, close to home, and he'll bolt in. Viewed by 7 lengths to Full Monty. Sky Biscuit third, just in front of Scenic Shot. Viewed, he's a mile in front past the 200. He's in front of about 5 or 6 horses, including Scenic Shot and Full Monty, but it's all Viewed. The cup's all over. This is an annihilation. Viewed 6 in front, close to home, and he'll bolt in. Viewed by 7 lengths to Full Monty. Sky Biscuit third, just in front of Scenic Shot, then Doug's Mate. The Sportsman, Scattergun, Tedrific. Further back on the field, Rezone, Love You Leo, followed by Devastating Brisbane Cup. That goes back to...
It was an absolute cakewalk, Bart Cummings.
Yeah, it was surprising how well he handled the wet. But I always thought he would be a good stayer. They were thoughts.
This horse, Bart, is he going to come back in the spring and be another Cups horse for you, perhaps?
I'll say no more. The pitch is better than 1,000 words. Did you see what happened?
Stakes 9-2 Harada Sun from Australia, now trained by Aidan O'Brien. Tariq at...
Still the hare here, the Wonder Catch from Lingari in second. He's at Harada Sun. Finch Galpio with a chance. Dargina pulled out in the noseband from Sajberg. Cesare going very well in behind runners as they now group together and head towards the final furlong. Finch Galpio strikes on from Dargina. Sajberg. Tariq staging a run on the wide outside. Harada Sun is responding to pressure under the rail. They race inside the final furlong. Bunch finish. Harada Sun has fought his way back into the lead from Dargina and Finch Galpio as they race up to the line. Dargina and Harada Sun on the knot. Harada Sun may just have got there from Dargina. Cesare on the wide outside. Harada Sun is responding to pressure under the rail. They race inside the final furlong. Bunch finish. Harada Sun has fought his way back into the lead from Dargina and Finch Galpio as they race up to the line. Dargina and Harada Sun on the knot. Harada Sun may just have got there from Dargina. Cesare flying home in third.
Told you it would not win at Newbury, told it had a huge chance here, and here comes the result coming in now.
I do think This is a tactically outstanding performance from the Coolmore boys.
An amazing race this. Like this, honoured guest, the stablemate, comes across, leads, this horse sits directly behind. If this race was run in Australia, I reckon these blokes would have got life.
Yeah.
That's the way they do it in England. They're allowed to do it.
It might be the way they do it, but I mean, when he pulled off the rail to let Harada Sun through, and he looked back twice, he interfered with other horses. I mean, if you're going to let him through and there's no interference, that might be fine. But you can't cause interference to other horses at the benefit of your stablemate.
The horses over there